Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video I'm coming to you with another weekly fragrance rotation video. So let's go ahead and get it going. Now on Sunday I went with the House of Prada. This is a fragrance I haven't worn in a long time. It's from their private collection and this one is called Marin Bad. Marin Bad. I remember I got this. This is one of the last fragrances that I purchased before the infamous fire at the souk here in Kuwait. And I remember I wish I had bought more than one bottle because this one was a steal. I got it for a steal. These retail for about $300. It's still in production for sure, but I was able to get a tester bottle for a really good deal. And I, again, like most of everything else, I don't remember wearing this much of it, but apparently I did. Marin Bad was released in 2015, and I can't remember. I'm not gonna go to the website what the note listing on the Prada website is, but to me it doesn't match what it actually smells like, because it's the only one from the private line that I really felt like I had to have it. I almost would have paid retail for it at the time, and the notes don't seem to match. It's like amber. I can't remember what else is in there. It's maybe like 3 note listings, and I felt like the note listing on Fragrantica was a little bit closer to what I was getting. And on Fragrantica it says bergamot, plum, rose, civet, incense, leather, labdanum, orris, tolu, balsam, oud. I'm not sure how accurate that may be, but I do get leathery facets from it, and I also get an animalic tinge to it. So that when I saw that civet, I was like, okay, the leather, the civet, I could see that it is a French style fragrance with some animalic undertones. I still really like this fragrance. I believe it's still in production. I know that you can still buy it online. So Marin Bad's what I wore on Sunday. On Monday I went with the House of Bvlgari. Before I only owned Cobra. That was the one that stole my heart. It's still my favorite one. I still think it's one of the best incense fragrances ever created, but I did pick up the most recent release from Bvlgari. I believe it's a 2024 release, and this one is called Sahare. I'm not sure if Sahare is a variation of like Sahara Desert or whatnot, but this is supposed to be a Taif Rose fragrance with ambergris. And again, it was released this year. The notes on Bvlgari just say Taif Rose Accord and ambergris Accord. On Fragrantica it has bergamot, lemon at the top. It has Taif Rose, black pepper at the mid, and myrrh and ambergris at the base. And for this one, you do get a very bright and uplifting citrus at the top. You also do get that rose, and real rose oil does have a citricness to it, a citricness to it. And so this one I just really like. I like it better than Garderet, I believe was rose and incense. I did own that one. I sold that one. And then it's more of like a powdery rose. It does open bright, and it's a powdery rose with like slight resinous feel to it. I do really like this fragrance. I got this one for a really good deal. These are the new bottles, which are shorter than the original ones, but they are actually 125 ml. The magnetic cap on the top is a lot stronger as well, and it's weightier. It has 25 more mil in it, but I do really like this one, so that's what I wore on Monday. Sorry. Tuesday I went with another 2024 release. This is the year I've probably purchased the most year to date new releases, and I'm not sure why, but I have. And so I went with Tom Ford Black Lacquer. Now I haven't talked about this one. This is my first time talking about it. It's really, I don't know if it's hard to get or what you could see on the camera, but of course the bottle is really cool. It's like just black on black. This one I wanted to pick up. I did blind buy it. I had to order it from Dubai. I kept on checking the website to see when it would be available here, but it's still not available. So I just went on ahead and blind bought it and got it in less than like 24 hours from Dubai. Now, a number of people, of course, the The usual suspects have talked about Black Lacquer because it is the latest release, and people are sort of like raving about it, saying that Tom Ford is like back to form. But let's go through some of the notes. This one has ink, vinyl, rum, black pepper, ebony wood, LME, peony, apricot, and olibanum. So from this one, on the paper, you do get I don't want to spray it on skin, but you do get, you know, it is a dark fragrance. It is smoky. It is sort of, it does have this sort of like vinyl-y type of feel to it. I don't know. My little brother collects records. I don't really know much about records, but, and you do get an inkiness from it. But for me, when I had it on skin, I did wear it this particular day. I felt like it's a nice scent, but I wasn't, to me, it wasn't like a return to form from those like original, you know, 2007 Tom Ford releases or anything like that. But I only wore it one time. It is nicer to me than the previous releases, the Mermasteer and the Fume one. But again, I did blind buy it. Had I tested this in store, would I have bought it? I don't think I would have bought it right away. Maybe I would have tested a few times. But this type of scent profile, where it's like a smoky, dark type of scent, is something that I was more kind of into earlier in my journey. Right now, this is not something that I'm on, so maybe that's why I'm not feeling it that much. But I don't think that it's a bad fragrance at all. It's not like the greats of old, but it is better than the most recent releases. So that's what I wore on Tuesday. Black Lacquer. On Wednesday, I went with the House of Dior. This week I only have one niche on the list, so we'll see what that is. But I went with the House of Dior, and this one is Bois The Arant. Now, this is the bottle that I've been hunting down. I did have the newer formulation that I purchased, but of course, as soon as I got that, the guide that I had been waiting on came through with the older bottle. So as you see, the C and the D are separated. This is a bottle from 2015. So I put that on the back based on the batch code. Now, Bois The Arant was reformulated in 2018. So if you have a bottle before that, it's supposed to be the original formulation. Bois The Arant was released originally in 2004. The reason why I really wanted to get it is because, just like Olivier Polge, I was searching some of those. There was some other Annick Monardo creations that I wanted to get, and Annick Monardo, she did do this one. She also did Bois The Harmony from Guerlain, which is my first private line purchase from them. So I really was trying to search this one down. This one's considered a cheaper woody, and this one has iris, cypress, myrrh, patchouli, woodsy notes, honey, vanilla, and resins. And for me, I've really been trying to get into recognize, ever since I tried myrrh velours and just had this revelation of how it smells like actual myrrh, being able to identify that type of note in other fragrances, and this one does slightly have that along with the other notes mixed in. To me, this is my favorite like everyday wear private line from Dior. I'm not a big fan of the whole range. I only have this. I do have New Look, and I have Leather Oud. So let's keep it moving. On Thursday is the only day I wore a niche fragrance. I went with the House of Profumum Roma, and this one is called Dincanto. So I got this 18 ml travel size atomizer to check it out. I don't think I saw this one in store, but this one was released in 2022, fairly recent release. This one does have a similarity to Coral Mandel. It doesn't smell exactly the same, but it does have the patchouli, vanilla, tonka bean, myrrh, gardenia, jasmine, orange. It does have that same type of feel. With Parfumum aromas, they do have like a really high oil concentration, so you can rub them in. When I wore this one at work, I got a couple of compliments from my colleagues, and it's weird because, you know, working in the Middle East, people wear like these really loud scents. And maybe I was nose blind to it, but the guy was like, man, I smelled your scent trail. And I was telling him, man, I smell you. I smelled his fragrance. I didn't smell this on me, but I did get a really nice wear of it. It is a nice fragrance if you like, you know, these sweet vanilla patchoulis, chocolatey type of patchoulis. It's one to check out. So Dincanto, that's what I wore on Thursday. And on Friday, I went with the House of Guerlain. This one is one of my most recent pickups from Guerlain. That's what I've sort of been collecting lately. And this one was a sleeper. And it's from the Oud line. This one's called Oud Cohol. So people are saying Oud Khôl, but it's pronounced like Cohol. Similar to that. So Cohol is the like black eyeliner that they use, you know, traditionally like in the Middle East. It is also part of like an Islamic tradition. Men wear it, women wear it, whatnot. But this what it's supposed to remind you of. Now I did own Stephanie Humbert Lucas Oud de Arant, and that one, which is the same for both, meaning like it's supposed to be like an interpretation of like this sort of like makeup, and but the Oud de Arant was like an Irish fragrance, so I sort of got it from the aspect that it was, you know, the iris and the powdery iris is associated with lipstick, which is associated with makeup, whereas this one, to me, I believe is probably the best abstract interpretation of Cohol, because it does have, I don't really get any oud, but what I do get is almost like a Baccour type of scent. Actually today when I was in the hallway, I don't know what it was, whether it was perfume, maybe it was this, I smelled what smells similar to this. It smells similar to like a Baccour. It does have this sort of like soot or like ashiness, you know, a very nice smelling like soot or ashiness to it, but the notes on it are oud, leather, aldehydes, praline, and moss. I don't get like a lot of, it does have a sweetness to it, but I wouldn't recognize it as praline. It has a low rating on Fragrantica. It's either, I think that's probably due to the fact that, you know how people are on that site when there's new releases and people start thumbing it down, but when you read the reviews, a lot of people are raving about it. To me, this is one of my all-time favorite pickups of this year. When I saw that they released 3 oud fragrances, I immediately just dismissed it because they weren't appealing. There was like cherry oud, nude, whatever, and then Oud Cohol. I had only saw it from the Stephanie Humbert Lucas, but I just passed it up because just the use of oud is kind of played out, and I think this one may suffer from the fact that they put oud in the name. Had they come up with another creative title for it, it'd probably be a lot more popular, and I think that people would gravitate towards it, and maybe but I really like this scent. I really like it. Is one of my top pickups of the year. So that's what I wore on Friday. Tell me some of the fragrances you wore this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.